Welcome back to the Expressions of Destiny podcast. Good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer, your host. It has been a while. I know lately these episodes are getting further and further between each other, and that is okay. When I'm able to get on here, I am just so excited to come back and to talk to you. It has been a busy couple of months. Life just took a extremely busy turn. But we love busy. Busy means that things are getting done. We're being productive. We are pushing forward, learning new things, experiencing new things. So when that happens to you, I had to learn this very early on, not to feel guilty, not to feel like I'm not completing the things that I said I would do. Sometimes we just have to shift for a moment. And that is the shift that is taking place here. So for any of you out there that may have struggled in the past, with trying to balance things, especially if you're a woman and you are a mother and you're a wife and you take care of the house and you work at the same time or whatever else you may have piled up on top, it's okay if some things do not get done in the time that maybe you expected, as long as you get back to them at some point, because they are still important. They're still a priority to you. And that is what this podcast is for me. It is my opportunity to come and share my heart and just pour out whatever lessons and value that I have learned to be able to help others. And so I thank you again for joining me. Thank you for your patience with me. I'm excited to be back. Of course, you are on the road with me today again because I am en route to work. And but that's one of the best places that I get to talk to y'all is when I'm driving, safely driving. So no worries. But I wanted to come and just bring a thought to you. I know we talk sometimes specifically about business and entrepreneurship, and other times we just talk about life. And this particular thought today is going to go both ways, and that's usually what we do when we are sharing things that we've learned. Is it should always be something that can be applied to business and to your life, because you're not one person at work and a different person at home. We may have a different personality because we're around different people. Obviously our family we're going to be more comfortable with. We're going to be silly. That's me. We don't really care what they think or what they're going to say because they'll probably just laugh and everybody will have a great time. And at work we tend to get really serious sometimes unless we're really familiar with the people that we're with. But especially if you're new, there's this different feel, this different attitude that we take on when we enter the office. It's that thought of professionalism. We have to make sure that we're professional in everything. But we're still human. We still want to have fun. And so everything that we talk about on this podcast is going to apply to your life and to your business, because you are that one person. And that's who you want your customers and your clients to know, is who you are. Maybe not in the most deepest and intimate ways that your family knows you, but close enough, because they do in a way become family. Especially the clients that you've been taking care of for a long time, or the customers that have been so committed to your business and your services or your product. So remember that. Here's a thought for today. And I'll keep it brief, but I want you to always remember, especially when it comes to being a leader or a business owner or the head of your household, whatever title you hold, whatever it is that you do on a daily basis, this is the important thing to remember, is that as a leader, we must always give credit where credit is due. We should always recognize the things that other people are doing for you and with you when you have recruited those people to complete a project or to help your business grow. Always give credit where credit is due. But in being a leader, we should never expect for others to feel like we have to be patted on the back or recognized for every single thing. And let me explain that just for a moment. It comes from a place of humility. We are a leader, but when you enter in that that element or that attitude of servitude, which we've talked about on here multiple times. But servitude, where we are here to serve those that are here to help us, and we don't expect to receive the credit. As a leader, we are willing to relinquish, to let go of, and not even worry about receiving any type of credit for what is going on, because we wouldn't have been able to do it all on our own. We can't possibly complete those tasks all by ourselves. Now, let me back up for a moment. Maybe you can, but it won't be as easy, and there may be some struggles because you don't have that extra help. As a wife and as a mother, sometimes when I'm at home, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to get the house clean today. I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I cook dinner. I'm actually going to prep for tomorrow too, and I'm going to get my stuff ready in the evening before I go to bed so that I can ready to jump up and get ready for work. Sometimes all of that I cannot do on my own. Let me not lie here. The majority of the time, I cannot do all of those things on my own. And so what do? I recruit my family. If my husband's coming home from work earlier than me, I may ask, do you mind figuring something out for dinner so we can all be ready to eat when I get there? And he doesn't mind, because he loves to cook. He loves to create things. He does cook a lot better than the rest of us in the house, and he finds joy in that, in helping us. I may ask my daughters to do something, and they have their regular chores. They know what to do. But if I did not have them, and I did not recruit them, and they couldn't recruit me, for whatever it is that we're all needing, then the task probably wouldn't get done. And if it did happen to get done, then it wouldn't be done to the standards of what we expected it to be. And that's just the truth. And so when you recruit people to be your help, to be those extra hands, then it's in those moments that we need to stop and remember that I probably couldn't have done this on my own. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I'm going to be appreciative. I'm going to show my appreciation. I'm going to love on them with my family. I love on them, and they love on me. And that's why it's so easy to just get up and do something when we're asked for help, because we don't mind. It's the same thing wherever you're at. If you're a business owner, if you work for somebody else, it is the same thing. That's where teamwork and teams thrive, is when you're able to step into that leadership position for a moment, even if you're not the leader of that team, and begin to appreciate and show appreciation and love on the others that are working with you, to remind them of how valuable and important they are. That team will thrive. Just as a quick example, I've shared in the past month, I am still in school. I decided to go back to get some business certifications, just to add to our business. At the same time, I found a wonderful internship with the Treasure Coast Food Bank here in our area. And I love it. I love the team. I love the people there. You talk about a team. They're just always together, working on things. If there's anything that's happening in the background, I don't know about it, because it's not on the surface. It's not something that is just, you can see that there's tension or frustrations among people. It is, there's clearly an attitude of teamwork. And so it's a beautiful thing to see people just jump to help someone else in a moment. And if they can't do it at that very moment, at some point during the day, they're willing to help. It's also beautiful to see that, if we as interns maybe we may not have a project at the moment, we can jump up and go and offer our help anywhere within that facility, that office, and that warehouse, and just do something, because we have a heart and a desire to serve and to help, no matter what it is, and so it has been a beautiful experience, and I love every bit of it. It will come to an end soon, and that's okay, but the experience of it And so that is one example of how when you enter into a place, I may be the boss of my own business, but I am not the boss of the food bank. I have to step in a servant position, to help serve the clients and the people in what it is that this organization does on a daily basis. But that doesn't stop me from in my mind and in my heart being the leader that is going to show appreciation and give credit where credit is due. I'm going to continue to be who I am, and that's just a reminder to all of you out there. You have been created to do something great in this earth and in the work that you do. Whatever your talent is, whatever your gifting is, your skill and that skill level that you have, somebody needs that. So whether you are at the top, in the middle, or at the bottom, you never stop being a leader, ever. So I want to leave that right there for today and just remind you again, when someone is doing something for you, give them the credit. Don't worry about yourself. It's in that moment of humility. God sees what you're doing. Other people see what you do. And they recognize that. Whether they say it or not, it's okay, because as long as you know what you do, you know where your heart is, that you weren't expecting anything in return. You just did it because you wanted to serve and you wanted to help others grow. That's all that matters. And so remember that today. Don't ever lose your leadership position. And just go out there and be a blessing to the people that you work with or the people that you work for, and do the best job possible, because you are blessing someone else. So that is it for me today, you guys. I am still on the road. I'm almost to work, so I'm going to cut this one short, and hopefully I will talk to you soon again. I'm trying not to make these a 1 month episode. We used to do twice a week, and then we went to every week. But like I said, that with school and the internship, it has been crazy busy, and that's okay. But when I do get a chance to talk to you, I get so happy and excited. So I just pray that this blessed you today. Let me just pray for you before we go. Father, I just love you. I want to tell you that I thank you for everything that you have done in my life, the things that you are doing in the lives of those that are listening right now. I pray that you just bless them, that you just use them today, and wherever it is that they're at, wherever they're going, Father, that they are a blessing to others in everything that they do, that they are able to just step forward in that leadership position and be who they are, because they are making a difference. Father, guide them, lead them, and allow them to just be a blessing. In Jesus' name, amen. Wonderful day.